Well, hello everyone, it's Kevin here. Welcome to my channel. And today I want to talk about my journey along this YouTube adventure. And essentially, I'm going to talk through a couple different things. I'm going to talk to you guys about the history of my channel and how it started. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the impact that I felt I made with my channel. I'm going to talk about the basically what I learned along the way, along the adventure, okay? And I will talk about what I earned from YouTube actually. And what my intent here with this video is almost to do two things. One is I want to let everybody know what I have done with my little channel here. So maybe that'll inspire other people to create their own YouTube channel, start their own adventure, and maybe some of my lessons learned might help you get a better start. Certainly if you have a YouTube channel and you're interested in taking it to the next level or getting more serious, maybe there's a nugget in here for you. I don't know. But also my second reason is I'm going to change the direction of my YouTube channel here. And I'm going to, I feel like I've kind of given back and I've really contributed to the DJ community, which I love and I thrive in and I really enjoy. But I'm going to change the channel and it's going to be mostly just like DJ adventures, gig logs, those kind of things, as opposed to the educational how-to stuff that I was starting my channel with. So I'm going to talk through that. And I really appreciate from the bottom of my heart all of you guys that have been on the adventure with me. And I'll continue the channel and still post in terms of DJ adventures that I get into and things like gig logs and cool events that I get to DJ because they're so fun and I love it and I'll never stop DJing. So I want to put that out there for the world. So certainly I'll keep doing that. But today's video is all about those things I mentioned. First, a little bit of background. Why did I start my channel in the first place? I mean, here I am, mid 40s, DJ. I got into the DJ game a little late in life. I've always loved music. I've always had music as a passion, but I didn't always DJ, and I got into it a little late. So what inspired me? Well, a couple things. One is I did a little video on YouTube. I had a YouTube channel forever, and I did a little video. Essentially, it was a case build mod, okay? And I'll put links to the descriptions of this and other videos I mentioned right in the description. I'll put the links down there. But I got a lot of positive response. People loved like this video I did of my case mod, okay? And I've been watching a lot of videos, of course, on YouTube to learn about DJing, to get other people's perspective on things, to figure out how they're doing their, building their equipment and their cases and things. And in any case, I put this, video out there and I got a lot of positive response. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. That's pretty cool. And simultaneously, I got to the level of comfort with my DJing and that I was giving other people advice. Like I was answering some of the Facebook groups, I was answering YouTube comments, and I was just putting myself out there more, like contributing to the environment, or to the to the environment, to the community, and I was kind of giving back, if that makes sense. It felt like I'm giving back. This is really, really cool. So then I guess that was in my mind. And then, of course, the pandemic happened and I did a lot of, like DJ organization type work, got a lot of paperwork in order, got a lot of music in order, just did a lot of reorganization, got things sorted. And I was kind of maybe looking for a project, like, what could I do? Because a lot of the events were kind of slowing down, of course, that kind of thing. So I went ahead and I started researching, like, hey, what if I started my own YouTube channel, like for real, like I did it? What would it take? And I started to watch videos and I started to be obsessed about, how could I start it? Other people did it. Obviously, you look around, there's a lot of people in lots of different sectors, but specifically DJing, that started channels very recently. I could do that too. And I started to get confidence and that kind of thing. And probably a big tip for you guys, if anybody is wanting to dive into this world of being a YouTuber or content creator, I made a big list of here's all the kind of ideas that I have right out of the gate. And if you can sit down and put 20 ideas on a piece of paper of different interesting content that would be something that your community that you're trying to target would enjoy, I think you got a really good chance of starting a channel, and I think you go for it. If you're kind of like, I've got 2 good ideas and that's it, and I can't think of anything, I don't know if that'd be a good thing. But certainly put it out there and see, maybe you'll get inspired. But when I think about it, making that list and coming up with all these ideas, I was like, ooh, it built momentum. Okay, so I had all these ideas. So next I had that, and I set up some goals. So here's the goals that I had. Goal number 1, give back by creating content for DJs. Okay, that's pretty clear, but that was a goal. Goal number 1. I'm giving back to the community. I'm trying to support other DJs in their adventures because I just love the DJing world so much. I wanted to make at least $1 from YouTube. That sounds a little funny, but my boys, they're 16 now, and they grew up watching YouTube, of course, and I watch YouTube a lot. And I told them, gosh, guys, I'm gonna be a YouTuber. I gotta make $1, and then I'm an official YouTuber. And that's really what that was like a goal of mine. I wanted to have fun, of course, doing this. I did not want this to be a chore, so I didn't put a lot of time into production. And you can definitely tell. I mean, I don't edit my videos super great. I don't have awesome, like some other YouTubers have, screen pops and they'll pop up other videos and they'll like bounce around and they're super succinct. I'm like long-winded and unedited and whatever, I know that's true about my channel, but I wanted to have fun in doing it, and I didn't want to make it a job. I got enough jobs. I've got a lot in my life. So I'm like, I'm going to try to be real with this and just do it, see how it goes. So I wanted to have fun. I wanted to make no equipment purchases. And for the most part, I did that. I did get a gift, for my family of a stand. Actually, my iPhone is sitting on a stand right now, and one of these like little light rings. It's a tiny one, but I think it works okay. So in any case, I wanted to not do a bunch of equipment purchases. For the most part, I have achieved all those goals, and I feel really good. I feel excited about having accomplished those things. I think in terms of what happened next? What did I do to actually bring this together? My very first thing was I filmed a video, and it was kind of like an intro video. It was just me talking to you just like I am now. And then I intercut some different, scenes from different events that show my DJing. Because I thought in my mind, how do you establish, like if you're starting a channel, how do you establish that you have credibility? How would another DJ stumble across your video or your channel and actually trust that, hey, you know what you're talking about? So I made a little video of like, I don't know, it was just 2-3 minutes. And it just talks about me, how I love DJing, and how I want to help you grow your business, give you ideas to get inspired and have fun with DJing. So I made that little video, and then I posted it. That kind of became my channel introduction video, and that's still out there. It's like the lead video on my channel. But I got that together. I figured out a name, and that was a process because if you watch any videos about how to create a YouTube channel, they talk a lot about things like, do you want to be your personal brand? Do you want to name your channel after you? So many DJs do that, right? Some companies or some other folks, some in different sectors will have a name, especially if they have different speakers, different people representing a channel, they'll have a business name or something. But I just wanted to name, and still others have topical names, like what's the subject of the content on the channel. So I chose to go with the subject. What are my videos going to be about? And I chose the name Mobile DJ Remaster because I'm a DJ, but I'm a mobile DJ. I'm an events person. I go to different places and take my equipment with me. That's what a mobile DJ is to me. And then also, I wanted to use the word remastered because it kind of invokes this sense of, hey, we're going to make things a little bit better. Okay, we're going to try to inspire your business to grow or inspire you as a DJ with a trick or a tip. And so that was my inspiration behind the name. So I came up with the name. Then I was like, oh, let me get out my Illustrator and Photoshop. And I made I made a logo for my little channel. And I have a whole video on why I made that logo and did what I did. It's just like a little icon that I made. And the reason I wanted to do that was because, again, I didn't want to pay for a lot of marketing or having somebody develop my logo. For this channel, I wanted to try to keep the costs to minimal or zero. So I did that, and it's not a super professional thing. It's just something I put out there. But I wanted an icon to kind of show off what I was trying to do, kind of a branding, if you will. So I did that, and then I had to decide whether or not to use my, a brand new channel, create a new channel from scratch, or use my current channel. My current channel, the reasons why I was thinking about using it is I had, I think 100 or so subscribers. I had that video about my case mod, and it had already gotten a lot of views, like 1,000 views, 2,000 views, something like that at the time. And so a lot of views, a lot of positive press. And I'm like, I want to build on that. I want the people that subscribe to me for that video, I think I want to just keep that going. So what I didn't mention is that channel I used for my couples, and I had like all my couples highlight videos on that channel too. So like whenever I do an event, or mostly weddings, okay, I do this at, but I'll do it for any event. I'll take little video clips and I'll put it together and have like a little highlight reel, and I'll give that to the couple or the client, whoever hired me. I'll just send them a link and they have it, as a keepsake. It's not a gig log. It's essentially just video clips from the event. And all those were on there. Like I had, 100 events or something, videos on this channel. I was like, oh, what am I going to do? So what I decided to do was just leave them up there, because clients had links to those videos. Leave them up there, and I marked them all as unlisted. Okay, I unlisted them all from the channel, rebranded the channel, put the new name on it, and launched it. Okay, so I did still want a business, like a marketing tool channel. So I created a new channel called my company name, and I downloaded and uploaded certain videos that I really wanted to showcase. I wanted to highlight, hey, these are great example weddings or events that I've done, so that prospective clients could see some videos. So that channel, that's where I post all those couple highlight, and I'm gonna, you can definitely see a link in the description if you want to check out that, that channel. But that's where I put all my couples and all my clients' highlight videos. I put that on that new company page. And then this was all going to be all about my education, my how-to, my fun tips and tricks and business growth type content. So I created this channel, did all that, moved all those stuff. That took so many hours, I'm sure you can imagine. But I got all that stuff ready to go. And then I started to try to get the word out. This was back in November of 2020, and I'll show you some stats here in a little bit. But November 2020, I put it out there, and I put it out there to the world, and I tried to let everybody know, all my DJ friends or anybody that I knew on different, the Facebook pages and different platforms. I told them, hey, I got a channel now. I've got an official channel. Check it out. And I busted out of the game pretty heavy. Like I put a lot of videos out right away. And in retrospect, I probably should have maybe trickled them in a little more, but I was so excited. I was so into it. I was so intense, and I was creating a lot of videos and putting them out there right out of the gate, more so than was sustainable for my, you can't do a video a day, or it's really hard to do a video a day when you're full-time working. You're also doing other things in your community and other things with your family. It's just really, really hard. So I went a little bit intense there, and I'll show you. But the next, big step in the evolution was once I got to 1,000 subscribers, which happened for me in the summer of 2021 that we just had. then I was able to get monetized. And that process was pretty simple. I mean, it had a couple different weird steps. You had to sign up for AdSense and be part of the YouTube partner program. You had to apply for all that. And there's lots of videos online to figure that out, which I watched and they helped me. But I got monetized, and that was cool because I got to make my first dollar. And, you know, it took a little bit because you have to accumulate $100 in earnings before YouTube will send you any money. Before they'll send you a check or do a direct deposit or something like that. So, but I finally did after a month or two, maybe, I finally earned that first dollar. And boy, that was cool. You know, felt really good. It was even cool in the really early days when I first got monetized and I was watching, and it was like, oh, look, I earned my first 10 cents. Look, my first dollar, you know, because the YouTube studio will tell you about your, the analytics will tell you how much you've made. And oh boy, I watched that for the first couple days. I was watching that so closely because I was so excited about every penny that would come in. And it was almost just like a feeling of validation, like, oh yeah, I'm putting valuable content in the world. And I knew it was valuable because people would give me feedback, and you guys would give me great comments, but it was really cool to see actual money accumulating. And I know it wasn't going to be something that I would, you know, replace my day job with, if you will, but it was definitely something cool to see accumulate. Okay, so that is a little bit about the background, and it kind of brings us to today, which, by the way, I wanted to mention also, YouTubers that are making money are taxed. Okay, at least in the US, we get sent a form, and we have to pay taxes on that income. So just FYI, if you didn't think that, you know, if you thought this was a total side thing or whatever and was underneath the radar of taxes, that's not the case. But in any case, so my next topic I wanted to talk about with you guys is impact on the DJ community. I'm going to, there's a couple things I think, and I've got some slides here. I just want to show you guys first about subscribers. Right now you can see I've got 2,043. That's as of today. Okay. Early February 2022. And I've got 2,043 subscribers. Now I mentioned I started my channel way long ago. Okay, the channel was started like in 2007 or something. I don't know. I think that's on here actually. But I officially started my channel and had intent to build this DJ education channel on November 22nd, 2020. So you can see here on this chart that I had 166 subscribers going into the game, I guess you could say, and then a steady increase over time until now we sit in early February. So number of subscribers, I think that it's not a huge number, but boy, every single person, I always think about like every single person that clicks subscribe is a real person. It's a person that could be watching my videos, maybe picking up a tip, maybe just, you know, kicking back and using this as education or maybe entertainment content, whatever. I think that's so cool, and I'm proud and happy and just humbled that, you know, so many folks would choose to opt into my content. So that's really, really cool. And then of course, like all YouTube content, you know, I'm sure you've heard other YouTubers talk about this, or if you make videos yourself, you know this, that like usually only 10% or 15% of my views actually come from subscribers. So a lot of other people are finding my content too, and as a one-off or whatever, and just choosing not to subscribe, I guess. So when I think about impact, I think about subscriberhood and subscribership, and I'm really proud of that. Next, I think about this next slide, which is about, and this is just basically views. Okay, so this is a screenshot of the channel analytics from YouTube that they give you. And from that November timeframe till now, you can kind of see I've had a total 161,000 views. Like, wow, like that's an insane number. 16,000 hours of watch time. I mean, that's just, 16,000 is amazing. That's 660 days of view time. Wow. Okay. Really, really cool. And you can see punchline, I guess. I mentioned I was going to share how much I earned from my channel. This is how much I earned from my channel. Estimated revenue, $636. So not like anything to, wow, that's, a fortune or anything like that. And I know that there's ways that people estimate the amount that channels earn. So you can look at like Social Blade, which I'll show you guys in a second, but you can look at that and get a sense. But you can definitely tell. And interesting on this graph too, you can see at the bottom where it shows you these numbers underneath the graph. And I don't know why it doesn't start earlier, but you can see 2, 2, 3, 2, 2. Those are how many videos I released that week. These counts are not exactly right because they include posts and some other little things that I did, like shorts. But I've got another graph I'll show you guys about my my release schedule. Okay, so what else? Other impacts on the DJ community. I feel like I gave people a lot of good ideas. Okay, I put ideas out there, and some people would tell me in the comments, "Hey, dude, you saved me a lot of time or money," or "Wow, what a great idea! Didn't think of this," or "You solved something I've been wrestling with and I couldn't find an answer for." That is such a good feeling because that was really the heart of what I like. That's what got me going and excited about this channel is when people would tell me. When I did my original case mod video and people told me it was so great and how ingenious and, oh, I'm going to copy that. Where did you get it? I want to buy this exact same stuff. Hey, some people would say, hey, would you do it for me if I bought the stuff? And what a cool sense that you could help someone. And that's really at the heart of it. So when I feel that idea, that notion that I gave people ideas and helped them, I feel like I made an impact, somewhat of an impact on the DJ community that way, which feels really, really good. Because I've been impacted so much by so many other content creators, so many people out there, too numerous to name here, but certainly DJs have given me a ton of ideas, and I've lived vicariously through them on their adventures in some cases, and it just really helps when you're trying to. What a cool community! I don't know any other community that puts so much of itself out there for other people to learn from and engage in. I answered a lot of questions. If I think about impact, I answered a lot of questions on my channel, okay, on YouTube and outside of my channel. There were people that emailed me. There were people that called me, just some out of the blue on my DJ phone number. There were people that tracked me down on social media, all that stuff, which is so great. What a cool thing. So I was able to interact with people and answer questions, give thoughts, and then also sometimes I would do like little response videos, like a lot of people were like, how'd you do that mic stand, that custom mic stand that you made on your case mod? Well, I was like, wow, I'm getting that question a lot. So I just made a video about it and put it out there, and I got a lot of good feedback about that. So examples, little tricks and things too. Like I think I help people with tech. And some tricks, if you watch my channel, I don't have all kinds of DJ tricks here. I'm always learning, and that'll continue forever, I'm sure. But there were certainly some things I was able to pick up and show, or some creative things I made up that I showed people, and they appreciated it, I think, when I got feedback. I made some great DJ connections. I really made some friends through the process of this channel. And some of that has turned into paid gigs, like actual events. So that's been really cool, just to make friends, make connections, learn things. And then, of course, it's always good to have another referral source as business, as I'm running my DJ business. So that's awesome. And a couple, I guess, little highlights or milestones, I guess. I got to talk, there's a show called The Real DJ Show, and I got to be a guest on that show pretty early it's still starting up and getting popular, but I was able to be on an early episode, and the hosts are great. They showcased me and just talked to me about what's the one thing that I really appreciate or I think drives my business. and that makes me unique. So in any case, it was really, really cool to do that. I felt good there. And I've been highlighted on like DJN TV. I've been called out by Nick Spinelli, which his channels are so good. Any case, I just feel really good about being able to be called out in some of those different venues and being highlighted in those ways, because it just, again, it adds some credibility and legitimacy, and it helps me just feel like, oh yeah, you know, I'm giving back, and it's helping people. So another couple things, just I guess stats wise, here's a list as of right now of my top few videos. Okay, so just like the handful of videos, and there's some learnings in here. I'm going to transition now to kind of what I learned along this journey. And why don't we just look at this for a second? So you can see these are all my, I guess this is the top 6 videos based on views. And you can see my case mod video #1 at 37,000 views, which is pretty cool. A lot of people like my DMX Go video, where I try to, cut through some of the issues because it can be a little buggy. So here's how I kind of run it, and it's been flawless for me. It's really, really good. I got a lot of positive praise, I guess, or whatever, on this video I did back in April on every single button and every function that you could possibly look at on the DDJ 1000. I just went through it like a completionist. Like I went through every button, showed off what it does, how it works. The film of that video wasn't the greatest. It was kind of tilted, and my laptop was upside down, and I don't know, whatever. I just went through it. It's almost 2 hours of a video, and this one got a lot of positive press, and so you can see, and you can also see, like, I think the 5th one down here. This is actually just a short that I posted, but besides that short, every other thing is all about gear. So it's like my case mod, my DMX Go for lighting control, the DDJ 1000, simple karaoke, and then another case mod update where I made some changes. My top 6, 5 of them are gear related, and one's just a short. And then also the next, if you go down the next few, you can see this is the next set of these. So I got you can see I've got a video about my DJ ceremony setup that I use for weddings. And a few of these are tech related. There's my new DJ booth from Max Designs. And then at the very bottom, you can see I got an EV Evolve 50 review. But then some of these are actually how to DJ or DJ tricks or whatever. So beat gridding for difficult tracks inside of Rekordbox or any DJ software. That was a sort of popular video. How I manage my DJ crate system. This one I think is a really good video that I did. I'm proud of it because I feel like I took a lot from different DJs, a lot of information on how they sort and organize their music. And then I probably, I put a lot of things into practice, and I one-upped it. One-upped, with some creative thinking and just borrowing from some different disciplines. So I feel like my DJ crate system, the way I organize my music, is really, really good and helps me put my finger on the right track at the right time when I need to. So there's that. And then you can see I got some tips on Rekordbox. I got another video. You can see this one at the bottom, setting hot cues for mixing. I made this video kind of early. You can see early in my DJ channel career back in January. And when my channel first started, I made this video. It was an hour long, but I felt like it was so important, and it definitely got blocked. Or not blocked, partially blocked. So some regions can't see it. And I think it was like just some obscure countries, like super small and far away countries. So I was like, well, you know what? I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to try to clip out some of the tracks that I use, because I was really trying to help people set hot cues for mixing. So that video did okay, and you can see it's ineligible for monetization if you're checking that out. But I left it up, and I didn't try to, take it down, because I felt like it was a good educational piece. It's kind of hard to talk about music sometimes. I'm sure if you're a DJ and you're a YouTuber, it's hard to talk about music and include these videos without actually playing some of the tracks. And with the copyright problems with YouTube, it can be, yeah, it's tough. Okay, one other thing I wanted to show you was my release schedule. And I couldn't find a really great way to look at this on YouTube, so I just tracked it in an Excel file. And then as I'm showing you this slide, I had put a couple little notes down here that shows, let's say, my, I guess you could say, the a little bit about what was going on at the time. So right up front, starting in November, I'd call that the honeymoon period. As you can see, I was doing at least 2 videos a week, sometimes 4 or 3. And that was a lot. And each one of these weren't really event videos. If you go back to that time frame in my channel, they're all like, you know, ideas or thoughts or things that were on my initial idea list. And I was just creating these videos like crazy, sometimes, you know, 2 or 3 in a day. So, and I put them out there and, you know, do my light production. By the way, if you're wondering, I use iMovie mostly to create these videos, so nothing too crazy on my Mac. So I do the iMovie production, post them up, deal with all the little YouTube upload issues, you know, like if I had a copyright song, I have to work on that, or if I have you know, issues where I need to put on end screen or make sure I got a good description written up, that kind of thing. So I put that together, and you can see I'd call that my honeymoon period. And then right around mid-January, I was like, look, I'm going to do 1 video a week. That's going to be my thing. And I tried really hard to stick to that. And you can see sometimes I did 2, one time with, you know, 3 videos. And I was pretty good. And I had in my mind, I'm going to alternate between, I'll do an educational business growth kind of, you know, trick kind of video. And then I'll pop over to an entertainment kind of video. Okay, so something like a gig log that might be a little more entertaining for people, but also maybe educational too, because everybody wants to see how other people are doing their process. I love watching gig logs, still do today. So as you can see, that next tranche is like, that's my commitment, 1 video a week. And then somewhere around in this late summer, I was like, you know what? I want to switch over to 2 videos a week. I've got so much content. This thing is just, I've got gig logs every week almost, because I would have 1 or 2 events every week. And I just have all these educational topics I want to get out there. So I started to say, you know what? I'm going to do 2 videos a week. One, I'm going to do on a how-to educational, and then 1 would be an adventure or a gig log. Now, at this point, by the way, I was always posting on, I think up until the summer, I was posting on Tuesdays. And then I realized, you know what? I'm going to post on Mondays and Fridays. That was just my strategy. Like, I'm going to post Mondays and Fridays. Not a lot of YouTubers from the DJ world are posting on either of those days. So I'm filling a little bit of a gap. And I always posted at noon because I knew about 60% of my folks were coming from the US, my viewers, but a lot of folks were coming from Europe. So I was like, well, and even Asia in some cases. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to post noon time. And that's kind of like a good, I don't know, it just felt like a good time so that I'd catch some of those folks in their early evening in Europe, catch the US, you know, in the early afternoon. So Mondays and Fridays was my thing for several months, as you can see here. And I would do those 2 videos. And then as the season kind of tapers off, I noticed that, you know what, I don't have as many gigs. And also I just didn't have, I guess I was kind of losing a little bit of steam on some of the educational content. I didn't have as many new videos that I wanted to put out. So I kind of dropped back down to that commitment of 1 video per week. I would say though, if you correlate this to my channel growth, I definitely feel like that 2 video a week, you know, and if I think back to this slide, which shows the channel analytics, I think during that those 2 videos a week, I grew the most. I had the most views. The curve on on my subscribers was highest. I definitely felt like the 2 video a week model for me anyway was really working well. And when I dropped back, I definitely felt a little bit of a lag in the views and also subscribers, the growth of the channel. But I think it's true about it's kind of like a flywheel. Once that subscriber engine starts going, like it just keeps going. So it was pretty neat to see that wasn't too impacted, but my views definitely were. Okay, so that's a little bit about what I learned from, the data, I guess you could say. But I will say I didn't use analytics enough. I didn't use the Google Analytics enough. There's so much you can learn in there, and I know there's a lot of videos about that. But had I paid a little more attention, I think I could have honed in on topics and different things that would help my channel grow. Again, I was trying not to get too into the weeds because I wanted to keep it fun and light, but wow, there's so much there, and I know you can go deep. So for all the folks that are out there doing that and mining their data and mining the analytics, props to you, because I think that's what you need to do, the kind of hustle you need to grow exponentially a YouTube channel. But I learned that. I also learned a little bit about growing my channel, like what worked and what didn't. So one thing that seemed to work for sure is if I were to create gear type videos. That seemed to be the most popular, and then gig logs would be a second thing. So I know that those things are interesting to DJs. They want to see gear, they want to see reviews, they want to see how did you hook this up. DIY stuff is super important. That got a lot of excitement. Obviously, the videos I showed you that were at the top of my list got the most views were typically DIY or equipment type stuff. And I'll tell you what didn't work as much as I thought it would was I would put a lot of my videos, like I would just take a link and put it out to various Facebook groups and where DJs were. And I thought that would work. I thought, oh, well, I'm a DJ. I want to know about a topic. I'm going to click this video and learn about it. Like it wasn't like I was just, sometimes I guess I would be a little bit too overzealous, and I would post without any questions, or I would just post like, hey guys, you want to learn about this? You want to see this? Here, I made a video about it. So it was a little bit of unsolicited kind of posts. But then there was also times when I would go into comments, I would see people asking about something, and I would give them a link like, hey, I made a whole 20-minute video talking about that exact topic. Here you go. And I still kind of do that today if I see something, randomly as I'm scrolling through social media or whatever. I think that didn't work as well as I thought it would have. I don't know. I think a little bit of Facebook maybe doesn't, and I'm mostly talking about Facebook here. Facebook doesn't like show off, I think, YouTube links as much. Like if you have a link, and I know some people will talk about a video and then put a link in the comments, the comment section, because they want to try to avoid that. But I don't know. I didn't get a lot of growth from that, which was interesting. Commenting and interacting, very good for creating followership, for interacting with your subscribers, for talking to you guys. I mean, I think, so I was always very, very, I would prioritize jumping on comments. Like I would look at my comments, and believe it or not, I still have my notifications on for comments for my YouTube channel, just because I felt like it was such an important thing. And I feel like it really helped because I was able to quickly respond and fully respond to people who had a question or comment. And that just let people know there's a real human behind it, and I'm a real person. I'm out there just trying to do my DJ thing, and I want to help you. So I think that was very good for my channel, interacting with comments and that kind of thing. Simultaneously sharing content, like, hey, I made a video, and putting it on different platforms. Like I put it, of course, I would mention it on, I have a YouTube channel. I have a Facebook page for my mobile DJ Remaster channel. I would say mixed results, mostly negligible. Didn't really do much with those channels. Other people do, and they do a great job. I just didn't really, it didn't really work well for me. I probably should have made content just for those platforms as well. And then there could be some crossover, I guess. But in any case, I didn't put as much time as I could have into those other social media platforms. As I mentioned before, the gear and videos, the DIY videos, super popular, in my channel, and seemed the best. Gig logs for entertainment definitely seem pretty good, but the videos that were more about growth and personal development and business didn't do as well as I thought they would have. I thought DJs would have appreciated that. In fact, that's probably the biggest thing I can offer to the DJ world, because I have a professional career in business, and I have an MBA, and I brought a lot of business strategy kind of to my little DJ business. And I was able to, I think, make some good videos, some solid videos about those topics. And but they didn't do so well. I don't know. Maybe it's people kind of want to do their own thing, or people don't really want those kind of ideas. Maybe I don't know. I don't know why. But it could have been my delivery too. Well, and that's another thing I learned. My content is way too long. I'm sure you're thinking it right now. If you're still watching this video, you're like, dang, dude, it's just, I'm too conversational with my YouTube content. It's not succinct. I probably could plan more. I actually planned this video out with a big outline, but it's just a lot, and I feel like I want to say a lot. So could I have done better there? Yeah, I think I learned that if I ever do another YouTube channel or go on an adventure like this again, I will keep that in mind, that succinct is probably better, to the point, and, you know, create that a little more efficiency there for people, for viewers. I wouldn't be surprised if some people listen to my videos on like 1.5x, by the way, too, because I'm Midwestern. I draw out my words. I don't talk as fast as some folks. So in any case, I probably should have used posts on YouTube and shorts a little more. And I know that some DJs do a lot, and I think that they're just killing it. And that's such a good way to involve and engage with their subscribers, asking questions, doing polls, and then bringing that into the content. I fell down there. I didn't do a lot there. I think it would have been really helpful to ask, what kind of content do you want to see more, and get more feedback from you guys, and then make resultant content. So I learned that. Engage, learn, and then make that content that's most valuable. That's also where the analytics can come into play if you're deep diving into the YouTube analytics. I think I probably should have not used my existing channel as well. Remember, I talked about how I took my existing channel, I had 160 subscribers, and I just used that channel that had, my channel had been out there for, I think, 10 years or so. That was not the greatest, I think, idea, because it probably looks to YouTube and the algorithms that I had this slow channel, and it was just like, it wasn't doing much, and then all of a sudden it started to do more. And I don't think that was in retrospect, the best decision. I probably should have started a brand new channel, to be honest. Maybe I would have, maybe there wouldn't have been that stigma of having that long tail of history. Okay, but whatever. Everything else I feel like was a pretty positive thing. I mentioned that there were certain videos that I really felt were strong and really good, and they were maybe a little more business or personal development focused, and people slept on them, or they didn't see them, or they didn't engage with them as much. And I'm going to use this time right now to call those out, because I think they're so strong, and they can really help you if you're trying to grow and take it to the next level. Really, anything in life, these tools and these videos are really good. Okay, so the first is and all the links are in the description. I'm going to paste these links right in there so you can have a quick link to them. The Strengths series. I talked about Clifton Strengths Finder, the Clifton Strengths from Gallup. And wow, what a powerful tool that has been in my life, and countless other dozens and dozens, hundreds of people that I've worked with through my professional career, that Strengths has really, really helped them. My own family. It's just amazing how much this tool can help you grow, and it can give you insight on yourself, not just in DJing, but in everything in life. So I had a three-part video series I made, and I put probably the most time of any videos that I had put together for YouTube, I put into those videos. And it's a total of like 3 hours, I think, of content out there for you guys, and it's all free. It's all great. you really, I think, can learn a lot about yourself and how to develop yourself. So the strength series, big, important, I think, contribution that I was able to make to the community that I wish people would connect with. I hope people connect with. There's a SWOT video I made, a SWOT analysis, and SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. What a great business tool. And it's really helpful for a DJ company, especially a single op or a multi-op DJ company that wants to grow. Please check out that video on the SWOT. The Kano model. The Kano model is how it describes a way to delight your customers on purpose. And what a powerful tool in product development, marketing. And I think DJs, if you can connect with the Kano model, learn it and apply it, wow. I think you can grow beyond your dreams, and really expand. But anyway, I did a video on how to price your DJ services, which did pretty good, pretty well. But I break down a pretty, I think, elaborate and sophisticated, but simple at the same time, way to figure out what you should charge for your DJ services. I think that was a great contribution I made to the community. I had a video that I made on my new DJ logo, and I went through a contest with 99 designs, and boy, that journey taught me a lot. It was really fun. I love that video. I think that was a great thing for anybody trying to be interested in marketing or trying to update their logo and their branding. I do have, there's one other thing I wanted to share from my learnings. I like this, I didn't mess with it too much, but this site called Social Blade, where you can look up any YouTube channel and you can really, you can see different stats about it. So here's my channel. You can see that, you can see my subscribers and the information. You can see, here's when I created the account. Like I said, this was back in 2006 is when I first created this YouTube channel. So again, that long tail might have hurt me. Social Blade gave me a C+ on my channel right now, and this changes up over time. I remember I had a C- over the summer, I think. So I did increase a little bit, and then all these. This is not very. So this is kind of sad to see all these low rankings, but any case, you can kind of see some of my rankings, and you can see a little bit of information. They were a little bit under my estimated earnings for sure, but you can kind of see some stats. And then there's all kinds of cool things you can see here. Some of the tabs like future projections, detailed statistics. And here's one slide for future projections. If I kept it going, kept driving this channel, what could I expect? And they predict that I would hit 10,000 subscribers, which is amazing to hear that. In 2027, they think I would hit that in January 2027. So 5 years from now, that I would be able to get to that level of 10,000 if things go the way they're going and kind of, constant growth kind of thing. And then you can see I would hit that 1 million view mark at that same time. So pretty interesting. I think Social Blade, I don't know how accurate it is, but it's definitely deep. You can get deep into the analytics here. So just something I thought I'd share with you guys. If you're interested, of course, in growing your channel or whatever, or looking at other channels just because you're curious, you can definitely take a look. I remember I would look at like my channel versus like, Rick Webb, and then I would look at like Carlo and Danino and whatever, and wow, the differences are crazy, but you can always see like, of course, they've had longer runs at it. They have more compelling content, a bigger subscriber base, all those things that come into play in doing this little YouTube adventure. And then if you look at like a Mr. Beast or something, of course, then that's just off the charts, and Social Blade is like, oh my gosh, the numbers are great. So you guys, I talked about my journey, what I learned, what I earned, and I think that's the end of the video for that topic. But I wanted to talk about just a second about what's the future look like? And I am going to stop making content that is like educational or how-to focused, the DIY stuff, the business growth stuff. I feel like I have a body of work here that I put out on the internet, and it's in YouTube. I'm gonna leave I'm gonna leave my channel up, leave all these videos up in case they help people or people want to refer back to them. So I'm gonna leave all that stuff, but I am gonna stop that kind of content for now. And I think I wanted to share one other thing with you before I just turn that off. I wanted to share one other thing with you, which is just ideas that I had for the future, like other ideas that I had on my list that I never got to make. I didn't make these videos. Maybe someday I'll decide to turn it back on and start making these videos. But as of right now, I'm not going to continue that. But here's a list. I'll flash it on the screen here. You guys can pause it and look at it or whatever. And pardon the typos. And obviously these are just like thought segments in some cases, not fully fleshed ideas. But these are like, 20 or so ideas of things that I didn't get to do, but I wanted to do, all about my lighting. I probably owed some people because I told them, I'll make a video someday on that. I never did, but all my lighting setups, how it all works in detail. I think that would be a good video. Things about how I make my little highlight clips for my clients. Stuff if you have a child and you want to get started in DJing, stuff like that. And then just, you can see like all these ideas. I had some I think some are innovative, some are businessy, some are, maybe they've been done before, but I wanted to do my own spin on them. Any case, here's my ideas. I just popped it on the screen, and there you go. Okay, so I'm going to leave my content up. Like I said, I'm going to keep this channel alive by doing gig logs. I'm going to keep this. This is going to be like my mobile DJ adventures channel. So I'm going to still post gig logs. In fact, I've got a big winter formal dance tonight. And so I'm going to post that video when I've got the gig log ready to go. So I'm going to keep that up. So if you're here for those kind of adventures and those kind of things, just you can stay subscribed, keep watching that stuff, because I love posting and sharing those adventures. Because again, personally, I love watching gig logs, and it just gives you a sense of how other DJs are doing stuff. And some people that aren't even DJs like to watch gig logs, so I'm totally cool with that. So I'm going to continue that. But for now, I'm signing off in terms of the educational kind of business growth content. It's been an awesome journey over this past year, and I so much appreciate you for joining me on this adventure. So thank you so much, and I will see you next time.